Welcome, I'm GamerMage0. Last time we worked our way from the home, which is right over there, around the beach, and found some, oh my goodness, Caterium, there we go, and came up through the grasslands area, and now we're over here. There is a ravine that I wanted to kind of show you guys that kind of went down into this valley area. I'll show you guys that in a little bit up here when I can. It won't be in this episode though, it'll probably be in the next one that you'll actually see that. Because unfortunately, this video wasn't recorded, or my voice on this video wasn't recorded live. I realized part way into it, just like the last video, and then there will be one more after this where I didn't record it. I realized that my microphone was off, and I do a few videos at a time. So I'm voicing over it. But hey, let me know how you like it. Might actually make this better because I can concentrate on playing the game and concentrate on actually talking at the same time. So here I just wanted to get into the poison area over here and get that slug. And it's really annoying trying to line these things up, so sometimes you just go with whatever's there. But this area here is pretty close to the grasslands starting area, and that's kind of a common area, especially for anybody that played this early access. That was the, or not just early access, but actually alpha. And that was kind of the only area you could start off on. And so a lot of people might know this area. And I really wanted to kind of stay away from that for doing any recordings, since I had already played so much. Now, the one thing that I wished I noticed while I was playing was the fact that I have 2 health left. And I'm trying to battle a large charger, and so dead. Yep, not paying attention. As I was recording, I'm like, wow, I didn't think he was that strong, and then I realized afterwards I never healed up after all the damage I got into in the last video. Great. So we're gonna work our way all the way back over there, but hey, maybe we'll find another route. Basically, I'm going to go another route, and that'll make this fun still, so it's not going to be a complete waste of time. But now I have to figure out, and these alternatives, before I continue what I was saying, are pretty awesome. I sometimes have a hard time choosing, because sometimes it's like you don't know what's going to fit best in your specific setup, because some like rely on some resources and some do in other resources. And so if you have, let's say, not enough copper, you can kind of do things that use iron for wire, and then use that to kind of replace copper, or vice versa if you don't have enough iron. Of course, generally speaking, I've always been able to get as much material as I wanted. It's just about how many conveyor belts I'm willing to build to whatever resource node at the end of the day. But still, you sometimes have an excess of something that it's just easier to use. So, like I was saying, the videos, when I usually record them, I like to get my live response for at least the walkthrough, because I feel like the walkthrough is kind of like a go as you can, and so it's a little bit more live reaction, and I might do more of this kind of a thing in the future, so make sure to comment below on whether you like this or not. Right now I'm going to get the materials for that Blade Runner that you saw me looking at a moment ago. I have Caterium up here. I already had an extra basher. And I just realizing that I can probably get Caterium straight out of this, or Quickwire, not Caterium. There we go. And I don't need all of it, so I just split it in half. And then I realized that something else I need is probably, I'm just going to drop down this hole. Geronimo. And then go get it. So, was it the frames that I needed? I don't remember at this point. I remember in the video as I'm watching it, but that's alright. I think it's the modular frames. There we go. And then that container we just walked by, we're building up those encased industrial beams. Alright, back to the hub. And let's see what we got. I think I needed some rotors. And that's it. There we go. So the blade runners are going to help us run there a lot faster. And instead of flying up and down, I like to do that so I can kind of see what's all around me. So I actually prefer the jetpack. But if I have a place I know I want to get to quickly, the blade runners are actually better anyway, so it's not a bad choice. Plus they're easier to create. And so at this point I wasn't sure if I wanted to go through this area here, but I know it goes to the other side. So this is actually a good area to try and go straight through. And if you can see on the map on the top, it has that little icon with the chest on it. That's where I died. So we'll just come through here. Now, oddly enough, I'm pretty positive, because when I first played this through, I saw the slug and I was like, pretty sure I would have gotten that, but I wasn't really thinking about it too much, but it kind of confused the heck out of me why the slug was up there. Well, I'm playing this game while they're still making it, since it's in the alpha stage. And so what's probably going on is that since the last update, because I think since the last update when we got the vertical lifts, I don't think I'd been through this cave before. And so I don't know if they placed a new slug in there or something, but I know I would have gotten that before. I mean, you can see the electric poles coming through here, and I did that around when I first got that jetpack. There's no way in the world I would have missed that. I mean, I got the wreckage over here, so. Alright, so going through here, I've been through some of this area and I see a motor there, so you know me, I see something out of the corner of my eye and I gotta go get it. Shiny. It's probably all sorts of years of playing survival / crafting games like Minecraft. You see something, you gotta get it. Of course, I'm not gonna spend my time on that because I'm gonna have to craft my way up there and I don't actually have the concrete and iron on me. Or not iron, but like, yeah, iron rods on me is what I think I need. So now we're going into an area that I haven't really been in this game yet. I don't feel like I want to fight with those things for that slug, but I definitely saw that slug. That's kind of the thing about this, and I don't know how many people play like me, but like I'll see things out of the corner of my eyes on point, and I'll just maybe sometimes run past it still, but come back later or loop around. Don't generally see a lot of people on YouTube doing that like me. Seems like you can watch any YouTuber playing and they'll miss things and you'll be like, oh, what was that? Of course, I can't really say too much because, hey, I missed my health in the last episode. Or not in the last episode, but yeah, in the last episode and the beginning of this one. Oh my goodness. And I must have missed a fire creature. He was probably up in the bushes somewhere. And that's my problem. I'm just kind of running out of the way to make sure that I'm getting out of there. Because I mostly just don't feel like spending more of my time on it. But berries, I'll spend time on those. Besides, I think I'm out of berries, or I'm pretty close to being out of berries. Chargers! Generally speaking, if you don't take care of them, they'll charge after you anyway, so I'll spend my time on chargers. Whereas the spitters, you can pretty much just run away from. And then the charger's AI has been updated. It's kind of interesting because they'll actually like run away. There we go. And so I don't know everything that causes it at the moment, if it's a certain amount of damage or if they haven't been able to cause damage to you or what it is, but they have a point where they'll run away and they'll run pretty far. But then they'll come back around at you, depending. Sometimes I've seen them run away and they just don't even come back. Like I think I still have, I'm not sure if it's that one that came back or if it actually just didn't come back. But it doesn't matter. Not as much as the fireflies do. Those fireflies, you lose track of those, then they'll come back at you. Can't remember. But like there was how many episodes ago was it? It's been a few episodes, but where I died out in the desert on the ledge, and then I had to come back and build up to it and everything like that. Well, I still don't know what happened to a couple of fireflies out there. So, you know, and that's kind of the thing, like keeping track of those. I'll bet you anything that I'll run into them again at some point. Hey, bauxite. So bauxite I don't have any of yet, so I'm just going to mine this here. It's something that hasn't been used as a resource inside of Satisfactory yet, so soon to come, but I'd like to have some on me, because if it's something like the other ones, and let's say they end up making resource nodes for it, and I have not seen any resource nodes for bauxite yet, but if they do, then whatever research it gives, it might allow me to search for it. Or for all I know, it might add it to the object scanner and allow me to search for those random nodes. Or not nodes, what would I call those? Just the random piles of whatever. And I thought I could jump over it, but I missed. And the other one is off the edge. It's the other weird thing, chargers will go off the edge. They're not very good with staying on the land or on the ground if you're near a ledge. So this area here, actually, if you've been near the grasslands, is pretty familiar. So I know, like, this is like the closest coal to the grasslands, I think. And so if you've played the grasslands map, you've probably found coal there. But this is getting kind of close to where we were at the start of this video. And then we should probably see the poison area soon. Maybe just a little bit farther, but it's not too far up here. Some more bauxite. But I just wanted a little bit. I don't need to go out of my way to get more. There's the poison area. So I know from the last video that I need to go around to the left. Or at least that's the route I went before, and that'll get me right where I need to go. And I try to get through here, but it's just not going to work. You can see the screen being colored and going red. It's going to hurt me. So find a whip, and this one's relatively easy to get to, especially with the blade runners I have helping me jump higher. And I'm getting fire thrown at me by a flame spitter. I'd like to know what these creatures' names really are. I think there was some names on a wiki, but I don't know if that's an official wiki or if those are the official names on that wiki. So here we are. Chargers. That one went off the edge. Got that one. And the big one. And that one headbutted me. And that one. And now that one. And I'm probably going to get rammed in the back. Oh, I can't keep my eye on it, and I die again. Congratulations, you made it to the loading screen. Entering the future. I like some of these. Removing aggressive alien matter. Warming up quantum mechanics. Blaming Simon. Oh, there it is. Blaming Simon. If any of you know anything about Coffee Stain right now, everything's Simon's fault. Well, what do I do this time? Make another set of blade runners. Yup. Yeah, we went there. Now, because I'm actually doing this as a video to record my voice over, I'm actually just going to skip over this because I am going the same route, going the same direction, passing by some monsters that I missed, going the same place. Here we go. I'll leave it there. And can I beat it this time? This time I tried to make sure that I was doing the charging and staying. There we go. Finally! Get all my stuff, collect the the Mercer Sphere, and you can see the ravine right below us, how it just kind of angles down and then goes down into this valley area down here. And it's really awesome looking, and it kind of gives you the scope of the game that lot of games I play, including like Skyrim, for example, and especially older games like Morrowind or like from Elder Scrolls or back before that, or any other 3D games, there's this almost like this sense of a level ground. Like this is always the level of the ground. They might go up and down, you might have mountains and things like that. And Skyrim did a pretty good job, don't get me wrong, I loved it so much. But this game, just how much the ground can increase, you cannot get a sense or even an idea of where a level ground might be. You never get a thought like, this is the common ground, or this is, I don't know, I'm trying to say like sea level or something like that. Like most games have that, like you kind of detect. Like let's say that they have like a zero area, for example, and you can see I just found a bunch of berries. But let's say they have like a zero area, like if you go down from this, it's in the negatives, if you go up from this, like, and then they stick around there. They might push down and pull up and things like that. But this game doesn't seem like they did that at all. It's almost like each section was, like this game was handcrafted, and they say that. And they went into great detail, looked at a lot of things to try and get it right in order to make sure that the geography was accurate, that I mean, obviously they took some artistic styling. You've seen those like bone arches that kind of seem to defy logic, at least if it was there for a massive time. But other than that, like this game's terrain just makes you wonder if it isn't based off of like real land or something. So, and then it's still not even complete. That's probably the most interesting thing about it. And as they do their updates, you still see some changes or some updates. Like these little, I don't know, geosphere things. I don't even know what those are. In fact, to be honest, part of me is like wondering if they're supposed to be plants, but you can't chop them down. Or what in the world. But this is another pretty good area. There's some copper around us. There's actually a lot of ore around this area. So, and this is a little bit away from that starter area. But if you get over here, it's a pretty nice area to build. There's not a lot of room for building, just a lot of resources in this area. Now, this cave here, now remember we're looking for quartz, and this cave here I've been through, and it has spiders in it. So just as a warning, you will see spiders. And I know last game we had the spiders following us for ages, and I got all paranoid and stuff. And so this is going to be easier for me to watch and comment on than it was in the game. But I'm going up here because I saw something, and I want to see if I can get to it. Or, yep, there it is, the yellow slug. I'm just tapping that gas there, and I know I'm not going to make it all the way up there, but I can make it to the sledge here. And just barely. If I didn't make that, I would have fallen. Maybe not to my death, but it still would have sucked. And there we go. Alright. This is an amazing and beautiful cave here. I wish the game wasn't so choppy. And it's not my hardware. Like, I've played more graphics intensive games than this, and my hardware was fine. This game's just still a little choppy in the early access. But up here, and I think I can see them from here. I didn't notice it there, but they're up a little bit ahead. And obviously I'm being really cautious. There you go, you can see them now. And those skittering noises really suck. I got one to the right of me, and I think that one jumped on my face, which really creeped me out. So I'm just like panicking a little bit, and I keep trying to say, well, I don't panic, but yeah, I did a little bit. I hate those things, and I still hear it. You can hear it too. The problem is, in this case, it's actually dead, and it's still making noises, which is super creepy. And I'm trying to back up because if it like angled around me moving back should bring it out forward. It's not just me trying to back up because I'm kind of scared of the area. Though you probably wouldn't be wrong either. But I'm just making sure there isn't another one or even two around me. See, you can hear it. And I'm thinking it might be on the roof or something. Or maybe on the other side. And I jump a little bit there just so I can, if it came out of nowhere, I wouldn't be on the ground. Man, I hate how choppy it gets sometimes. I'm still trying to be a little bit wary, but I'll admit I'm being a little paranoid too. Because I can hear them coming, so I shouldn't need to worry so much. And it's not like they do a ton of damage. They're just sneaky and creepy. But then again, that's real life for you too. So up here it kind of opens up into a big area, and I can't remember if it's just before that or where, but I'm gonna end up fighting a big spider, so just so you guys are prepared. There it is. You can kind of see it on top of that thing in front of us. I mean, it's went down, so I couldn't see it at the time I said that, but there it is. And then it runs to the side, like, and I jump up so I won't get hit. But I almost imagine it like jousting. I try to go a little bit forward too, because I think its range is actually pretty decent. So I try and get behind it by the time it actually lunges at me. And if I can be calm enough while doing this, it's not too bad. So I'm trying to come over here to make sure there isn't like another one, or yep, there's a small one there. But I don't want to be on the rocks when doing this because I don't want it to be able to climb up out of my view. I want to see it. And that's the biggest thing about these things. Like, if you can get them into the flat open area, they're not as hard to deal with. But it's like when they have things obstructing their view. And the fact that they're black. And of course, if the game glitches at all, that makes it even more of a pain. And they're still making noises. But at least I could tell it was that making noises. So that's at the area where right in front of us where we could keep going. But over here, something pretty interesting. The first time I ever found this, I was wondering what that was and just kind of snuck up on it. But there wasn't nowhere near as many spiders, so I wasn't worried about the spiders. In fact, there was only spiders near the entrance. And even then, I think there was only 3, whereas this time there was like 5 or 6. I can see a couple more. I just hate how it keeps glitching, though. There we go. So, thought that was kind of it, but I'm pretty sure I ended up getting surprised by another one. There it is. Yeah. It's like every couple of steps I take forward, there's another one. I don't remember if that was it or not, though. And it's still making noises, so. But this right here is uranium. First time I came here, I actually started mining it. This time I'm going to actually put a miner on it and watch what happens, especially with my health bar. There it goes. So the first time I came here and started mining, put it into my inventory, and I started having the radiation, and it kept going. So I ran away from the uranium, thinking that the ore spot was what was doing it. Nope, it was the actual uranium in my item pockets, my inventory, that was doing it. And so I had to quickly throw it out of my pocket and run away from that item. So in this game, the uranium ore patch actually isn't dangerous. it's the ore itself when you start mining it, which actually makes a lot of sense. That's just generally not how most games do it. It's usually both, or the patch itself that's the problem. So I have no problems with that, but the first time I ran into that completely shocked me, and I almost died. Luckily I didn't, but I managed to get that out of my pocket pretty quick. And then what shocked me most of all was the fact that it wasn't like radiating at first. Alright, so you guys know there will be another big spider fight up here. And then I think there's a few smaller spiders after that. It's at least one nice thing about doing this. Like, I kind of knew there were spiders coming up, so I could warn you guys. Even if my mic was working, I was able to warn you guys about that. But since it wasn't working, I can tell you exactly what's coming up. There it is. And that creeped me out right there. That, like, really irked me. Like, it hit the mushroom thingy, and then just, like, went up it or something. It just, like, disappeared. And I don't care that I hurt myself there. I just want to stay off the ground. And I'll admit it, like, it going up like that completely ruined how I was doing this. But I got back pretty quick. It's making noises. Still. It's terrible. There was the first time I came in here and that spider was there, I actually thought it went up a wall, and then it came, well, like, I didn't see it, it just, like, disappeared, kind of like that time, and then it appeared behind me, and I was recording with my wife in the room, and I generally don't get freaked out or scared, but, like, I make a noise. I don't scream, because I don't do that at all, I just freeze, but, like, in this case, I'm like, ah, and it just snake up behind me. I did die that time, because I freaked out. I don't know of anybody that likes spiders, but at least I don't have arachnophobia, so I can keep playing this game. There's an arachnophobia mode, apparently, but I think it just replaces the images with something else. These things would still be creepy. Like, it doesn't matter what they replace the image with. Like, the way they move, the way they sound, that's creepy too. I don't know, maybe you could replace it with like a Care Bear? And if you replace the sound too, that's what it'd have to be. You'd have to replace the sound as well. But just the way you moved, if you saw that right there, like it doesn't come straight at you. Ugh. So, just checking to see if there's any more. Making sure none coming up from behind. Alright, I think the end of the cave is right up here. So that was one of the things also playing this game with the updates coming up, because when I first played the game, like I said earlier in this video, there was only 3 spiders at the bottom, there was no big spiders. Then later on there was 2 big spiders added to it. Oh man, I hate it, so choppy. But anyways, and then they added another bunch of spiders, and then some over by the uranium. Like, those weren't all done in one patch, those were done over multiple updates. So every time I come into the cave, there's like something new, which in some ways is really sucks, but in some ways is keeps you on your toes. And so I hesitate from saying it's fun, not with the spiders, but like with the rest of it, that's kind of fun. So other parts of the game, you see new power slugs. Oh, so choppy. It's ridiculous. And the thing is playing on maximum graphics, which I couldn't do because it did drop the frame rates, but it didn't make it that bad. I mean, it would do it just as much. And dropping it to the lowest graphics, it still is just as choppy in some places. I still love the game though, so, and we know it's early access, so. Trying to find a way through this, because I want to get on top of the mountain because usually things like quartz and sulfur are kind of put in interesting places. And I found bacon agaric. I see a slug over there, but I don't think I'm gonna get that right now. More bacon. And a poison area, of course. I'm trying to get close, but it's not gonna work. So, I gotta get around it. And then I noticed there's more poison on the bottom there. So this entire area here, like I'm just gonna have to go around it. But I am absolutely rewarded for it because there's the quartz. That's what I've been looking for. And a giant spitter. At least it's not the green one. I don't think any other monsters there's 3 levels of. I think it's just that one, the spitter. Every other monster has 2 levels, like the spiders. I don't think the fireflies even have a 2nd level, it's just that one. I'm trying to figure out where it went. These things are suckers too. They'll hit you, then run and hide, and then come out and hit you again, and then run and hide. Like, it reminds me about, like, playing maybe like a first-person shooter or something like that. But I realize I'm not going to be able to take this thing head on. So, I want to build something to help keep me safe from the fire. And here comes another fireball. And I do a decent job for the most part. But however much I was hit, I lost almost half my life. So I want to be careful, but I want to get this thing built quick. And it snuck up on the side of me. That thing is good. At least it doesn't creep me out like the spiders do. It's more dangerous than the spiders are, but it doesn't creep me out. Well, that's good. I'm enclosed. I'm safe. But now what do I do? So I think I'm going to use that above me as like a point I can shoot from. I don't think I want to build the wall there. There we go. And I don't really care about orientation on this. This thing isn't going to last, the structure. It's really just to fight the creature. And if you're sitting here watching me build this thing going, you know, there's got to be an easier way to fight the creature. The answer is yes. Yes, there is. But I don't have it on me, and that is the rebar gun. So, maybe later, but at the moment, I'm trying to do what I can, because I can't just come up and attack it. Just looking around to see where it is. I'm expecting it to like just shoot fireballs at me at some point, even though I can't see it. I'm looking for the medicines, the medical inhalers, I think. But like I keep skipping it because I'm mousing forward and then it wasn't popping up. There we go. I have to admit, once I'm done doing this, I feel so ridiculous for taking so long and being so paranoid with it. I mean, it's possible I could have just you know. So we're going to build 2 portable miners just so we can put this down and start mining. That's what we really need to do, and I'm considering just ditching it and coming back. But I end up not doing that. So we're just going to jump down, slap down the miner, jump back up, put the other miner in our inventory and do the same thing. And there it is. So, still no giant spitter, dude. So I'm thinking about how I'm going to take this thing down. That's when I finally realize, hey, I actually can build the rebar gun. And let's equip it. And then make some spiked rebar. Now I think 20 is enough to take it down. These are just one-shot loads, so it's always helpful just to make sure it's always ready. And then if the spitter launches anything up, I'll have that to protect me from overhead, so now let's go first-person shooter-like and see if we can find this thing. I'm wondering if it's up on this hill somewhere, but I don't see it still there. I didn't see it, but I definitely got the fireball coming after me. There it is, and it smacked me in the face. And it's gone. There it is. Got it. Load. Where is it now? These things are so sneaky. Yeah, I go through building some more stuff. So, and then the worst part is I'm so concentrated on getting this creature taken care of that I don't realize that I'm already like 40 minutes in. This is a long video, so sorry about that. Build a walkway so I can actually go out of the door and look around me better. I don't see it, so decided to jump up on top. Kind of makes me a target. And boom. And it's dead. Yay! Alright. We have the quartz. So that. And then we'll just tear down this. I want to build a beacon so that way I can make sure I come back to this area. I can find the quickest route here. And when I first place these things down, I am too close to the staircase. I'm trying to place it under, but it actually places 2 above me. And I don't even see it right now. You can kind of see them sticking down in the ground in the catwalk above me. But I'm going to end up calling this the... I think I'll just name it Quartz. That way I know where the quartz is. And that's it for today, so we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. And we have one more video where I'm going to record over it like this. See you next time. Bye.